Cornmeal mash. Moonshine Life Group. My cornmeal mash bill is as follows: 15 lbs white plain cornmeal, 20 pounds white sugar, 15 gallons water, 3 pounds malted yellow corn, self-malted, 2 tablespoons amylase powder, 3 TBS yeast, activated with liquid from the mash tun. I love the flavor of liquor made with cor meal and corn malt, and the sugar tends to lend a touch of sweetness on the tongue when you swallow. I enjoy malting my own corn, and yes, it's a bit of work. But if you want a good tasting sipper, this is one to try. If you want rocket fuel, this is not worth the effort for you. I heat 10 gallons of water to 190 degrees, pour into my cooler/mash tun, add the cornmeal, slowly stirring all the while. Continue to stir until well blended and no lumps are present. Not sure how much temperature drop occurs when the meal is added, but the meal begins to thicken almost immediately at this temperature. Leave cooler open and stir every 5 to 10 minutes until temperature hits about 164. Doesn't take long. I add the ground corn malt and blend in very well. Close the lid and walk away. Return 2 hours later to add the amylase powder. The malt has already been busy doing its conversion thing, but due to the low conversion rate of malt corn, I add 2 tablespoons amylase powder and blend in very well, close the lid and walk away. Next day I heat the remaining 5 gallons of water to a temperature that will allow me to dissolve the sugar, and I add the sugar water to the ton of cornmeal and blend in very well. Check the temperature of the mash, and at about 85 to 90 degrees I pitch activated yeast, close the lid and walk away. Check the mash after about 3 hours to make sure it's working. I like to ferment in my tun instead of straining into another vessel. No need for nutrients to be added, meal takes care of that. Usually it takes a week, 5 to 7 days, for the process to complete. When the bubbling stops, it's time to cook. I have waited as much as 2 weeks after no bubbles before I make the run, but usually I will give it a week to settle after bubbling stops. No sound reason for doing this, but it's what I do. Always seems to work well for me. When ready to cook, I open the ball valve and drain the liquid into buckets. I take the screen off my bazooka screen and let the meal do the straining. The first liquid will have to be dumped into tun, and continue doing this till liquid is free of sediment. Trust me, this is a must-do or it will scorch. When I am happy with clarity of the liquid, I pour it into the boiler and set it off. My kit is a 151/2 gallon keg with an 18 degrees high, 2 column running into a 3/4 shotgun condenser. I pack the column with SS pot scrubbers and Dollar Tree playing marbles. Toss the shots and heads, 10 milliliters per gallon, 4 shots, and 10 to go by smell and taste to make the heads hearts cut. Back of a spoon is my tester, and when I like what I taste, one start collecting for keeps. Monitor the flow and adjust the heat to get a small stream of liquor flowing, match stick size. I make the heart's tails. Cut at 85 proof, some good flavor is in there from 95 to 85 proof. Continue to catch flow till about 40 proof and use this as a primer for the next run, backings. Not a very technical process compared to other posters in here, but I'm not looking for rocket. Cheers!